Well, hello again, everybody. I'm Jake Donnelly. This is our Week 2 edition of MicroPats. It's where we take one play from the Patriots game and really go in depth on that one particular play because I see it as a microcosm of how the Patriots played. In a win, we're probably going to get a touchdown play or maybe a run, some type of play where obviously it was a positive for the Patriots. In a loss, though, which hopefully if you're a Patriots fan is not going to happen all that often, we'll take a play that really shows the downside of the Patriots. And since this is the Week 2 game where the Patriots pretty much got stomped by the Jacksonville Jaguars, we are going to show a bad play from the Patriots. And while most of the people are going to think about Corey Grant coming out of the backfield and really having his way with the Patriots defense, in particular the linebackers and the strong safeties, for our Week 2, we're going to go actually to a first drive play, first quarter, where the Patriots get the kickoff, they take the ball, and this is before everything just turns into a snowball from hell. So, this is a play that many of you might not remember. I believe that Tom Brady actually pointed it out in a post-game press conference after the loss against Jacksonville. But this is going to be sandwiched between two plays that you do, in fact, remember. A second down play where Myles Jack molested Rob Gronkowski, holding him as he's going across the field. You could have called a hold. You could have called illegal contact at that point. And then actually he ended up tackling Gronkowski before the ball got there, which you also could have called a defensive pass interference. But the refs, as they say, let them play, especially against Gronkowski, because it's the Gronk rules. But whatever. The Patriots didn't deserve to win that game. It certainly wasn't on the referees. It's because of plays like the one I am about to show you, which is why the Patriots lost. So here we see on our screen, the Patriots have three wide receivers to the top of the screen with Rob Gronkowski on the line of scrimmage. It is going to be Philip Dorsett to the right of Gronkowski, as well as Chris Hogan to the left of Gronkowski. You've got your standard five-man line. Cordarrelle Patterson right now is in the slot for the Patriots with James White as the wide receiver closest to the Jacksonville sideline. So as we roll our video here, you'll notice that Brady takes a look right, takes a look left, calls for James White to go into motion. The arrow there pointing towards Cordarrelle Patterson in the slot. So here comes White in motion, and we'll stop our video here. So now Cordarrelle Patterson is the outside wide receiver. And with the man covering James White moving along with White, now Brady knows that it's man coverage. So we roll the video a little bit more, and now White settles in, and immediately, boom, right there, there's the pick play. So it's about a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards off the line of scrimmage. So if the referees, if the officials in this game wanted to call it tight, maybe they can call a flag on this. But as we saw later in the game, where the Jacksonville Jaguars ran a pick about 5 yards off of the line of scrimmage, ending up as a touchdown for Austin Seferian-Jenkins, where Patrick Chung was picked completely, we know that this isn't going to get a flag. But watch as Cordarrelle Patterson is now wide, and I mean wide open after this. So here's Patterson. He's going to come across the formation. But notice, at the top of the play, and this is why I chose this one as our MicroPats for Week 2, Adrian Waddle is going to get turned into a turnstile at right tackle, as he was against J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney in Week 1. Of course, Waddle was in for Marcus Cannon. We'll write more about Marcus Cannon, just how pivotal it was for the Pats to not have him in this game. The reason that I have the second arrow at the bottom of the screen is that Joe Thuney and Trent Brown, there's a miscommunication here as they're both picking up Calais Campbell at the bottom of the screen. So Thuney and Brown are going to double team Calais Campbell coming off of Brady's left end. Obviously, Trent Brown, the left tackle, Joe Thuney, the left guard. So as we roll the video a little bit longer, notice now Brady it's going to be a meet-up at the quarterback against Brady. He is already starting to throw it away. That's where that red circle is on the right side of your screen. Now look up screen at about the 28-yard line, 29-yard line. The entire defense is locked in on Rob Gronkowski, whereas Cordarrelle Patterson, you will see, is wide open in front of Brady. Yes, this is stopped on the part of the screen where Brady is already set to throw it away, but when we bring it back a couple of frames, Brady has a chance already to hit Cordarrelle Patterson, and he is completely open. So now let's roll it again, stop it, Gronkowski, and here is Cordarrelle Patterson. He's going to continue, and look, right now, Cordarrelle Patterson is about as open as any wide receiver can get in the Patriots system. There's only one man at the top of the screen. Jalen Ramsey completely beat on this play, as he was on the touchdown to Chris Hogan later in the game, by the way. For some reason, Tony Romo, Jim Nantz didn't feel like saying that it was, in fact, Jalen Ramsey in coverage against Hogan on the Hogan touchdown, but he was. And here again, Jalen Ramsey is literally 8 yards off of Cordarrelle Patterson. A great pick, semi-illegal, set up by James White. Maybe a flag in a tighter called game. This game, definitely not a tightly called game. But Jalen Ramsey trailing Cordarrelle Patterson, probably the fastest guy on the field by 8 yards. Yes, Brady is throwing it away because he's going to get hit. But as we bring it back again, look at how wide open Cordarrelle Patterson is. This is about as wide open, I said it again, but this is about as wide open as a Patriots receiver can absolutely get. Bring it back a couple more frames here, and this is exactly the point where Brady should be getting this ball off. Everybody on the top of the screen in terms of the Jacksonville Jaguars defense, all of their heads are faced the wrong direction. You can already hit Cordarrelle Patterson, and this is going to be a big play. More than likely, with Patterson's speed and open field ability, this is a touchdown. Brady should have keyed on him right here. This is the first read on this play. I have no idea why Brady is looking towards the top of the screen. You can tell the first read is Patterson because that's the first man to get open on the play. Nobody has made a move at all yet. Nobody has made a move at the top of the screen. Not Dorsett, not Hogan, not Gronkowski. This is a clear route at the top of the screen. This is a play specifically designed for Brady to get the ball to Cordarrelle Patterson. It's a screen by White. He's going to clear out as well. It's a good screen, mind you. Cordarrelle Patterson, he's going to continue on the shallow cross, but for some reason, Brady is looking up. At no point in this play is Brady staring at Cordarrelle Patterson. He's already open right now. Already open, still open, of course, massively open, and yet the ball just gets thrown away. There's one guy that Cordarrelle Patterson has to be on this play. And it's the guy that Chris Hogan would have been blocking. Look, Hogan is pretty much blocking as he runs the out route. Patterson's open, and you'll notice at the end of the play, look at Patterson. Patterson looks back as if to say, this is Brady. Brady does not miss this. But look, he's looking back. He's looking forward. There is no one within 8 yards of Cordarrelle Patterson, and yet Tom Brady just didn't see him. So when you look back at a game like this one against the Jacksonville Jaguars and you hear Bill Belichick say that we were bad and we need to improve in every single facet of the game, it's not just the special teams, and you have to think about Stephen Gostkowski missing the field goal on the play immediately following this one, and you also have to think about Gostkowski kicking it into the end zone when the Patriots were kicking from the 50-yard line. You have to think about the defense just porous the entire time. This was a carbon copy of the first 3 quarters from the AFC Championship game where all the Jaguars did was give the ball to the running back coming out of the backfield, and the Patriots linebacking crew couldn't do anything. Dante Hightower had an awful game. Juwan Bentley, granted, it's only his second career game, but this was his worst career game. Kyle Van Noy, he had the pick. He also missed a couple of plays. You had Eric Rowe, who got taken out of the game in favor of Jason McCourty. Everybody else talking about how they wanted Jason McCourty to make better plays on Blake Bortles. That's not his job. He's the cornerback. He's the slot cornerback taking the spot of Eric Rowe. Jason McCourty, I thought, played a very good game. However, his twin brother Devin did not. So you have special teams. They were awful. The defense, they were not good. And the offense just wasn't in sync the entire game. A play where it's supposed to go to Cordarrelle Patterson as the first option. This is a first option play, first read play for Tom Brady, and he never looks at his first read. I don't have any idea why. This play should be a big gainer from the 36, and with Cordarrelle Patterson, this should be a touchdown. White sets the screen. Patterson comes open. While, yes, Adrian Waddle is getting turned into a turnstile, and the double team is idiotic from Trent Brown and Joe Thuney, you still have Patterson right there getting open on what should be a easy crossing route. This is a pitch. This is a catch. This should be a touchdown. Instead, it's an incompletion, and the next play is a 55-yard field goal attempt by Steven Gostkowski. It never had a chance. He pushed it well wide. The Jaguars would get the ball, march it down the field, score a touchdown, and the Patriots really never got back into that game. And so that'll do it for our MicroPats from Week 2. Tom Brady missing Cordarrelle Patterson on an easy crossing route on that opening drive. And so that'll do it. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll come back in Week 3 of MicroPats, and hopefully we'll talk about a good play from the Patriots instead of a play where I have no idea what was going on in Tom Brady's head on that one. So Patriots lose Week 2 to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that is our Week 2 MicroPats. Tom Brady missing Cordarrelle Patterson on the shallow crosser. Thank you again, and have a lovely rest of your week.